If you enjoy this video, please click like and subscribe for more. Go on. Do it. It's right down there. Come on. Let's check this out. Brand new series that I haven't even seen before by Jubilee called The Mask Off. Teen boys anonymously answer 7 burning questions. There we go. Nailed it. Oh, let's see here. I haven't seen this yet. This came out just a day ago. New Jubilee, new Jubilee, new Jubilee. Words are hard. Words in English are hard. What is this? What is this? Mask Off is a social experiment exploring authenticity and anonymity. The views expressed in this video are opinions and experiences of the cast members whose names have been changed for their privacy.
In an age of call-outs, culture wars, and perfect facades, people can be afraid to express how they really feel. So we brought together 7 strangers, protected their identities, and asked them all 7 burning audience questions. What will be revealed when we take the mask off?
All right.
If the answer is yes, you will flip on your life.
Okay.
Do you watch porn?
I mean, hell yes. Listen. All teens watch porn.
Do you watch porn?
Like, it's straight up cap if you don't say you don't watch porn. Oh, no shot. No shot.
And because it's accessible and it's there, people
Like,
use it.
you can't, you literally cannot watch TV, like, in today's, like, society. Like, watch a fucking NFL game. I remember my first, like, normal access to porn as a kid, or as, like, a middle school, like, early teen, was literally fucking ESPN Sports Illustrated ads. Like, there is no way in today's society that you can avoid seeing what could be possibly deemed as porn. Like, now is it like the hardcore shit? Yeah, everything is porn or sexually related, like sexualized these days. Like I said, NFL cheerleaders, like, literally would just be on, like, normal computer screens, like, heavily sexualized, just because it's not, like, actual sex, the act of sex happening in front of you. It doesn't mean it's not porn. Yeah, a lot of music videos are softcore porn these days, like hella softcore porn. For various artists, it's what sells. It's what sells in the media. It's what gets eyes. It's what gets viewers.
I think most guys can agree that they have, at least at some point, watched it. And, you know, I mean, it's, if you can enjoy it in a healthy way, if you can enjoy masturbating in a healthy way.
Like, if you say you've never watched porn or don't watch porn, then that's cap. It's hella cap.
A lot of my teenage years, I spent a lot of time self-obsessing over it, to the point where it kind of became an addiction, and it took until very recently to get out of the hole of, you know.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily sad that sexuality sells. It's sad that it's being used as a, like, medium for capitalism, in my opinion. But I mean, sexuality has always been something that has garnered the attention of society. It was that way with very classical art and ancient art. It is what grabbed the attention. This is why some of our, like, most pristine art pieces and stuff are, like, very sexualized, heavy sexualized, looking at the human body.
Paying for porn. I do watch it, but I don't like that I watch it. I used to watch it a lot before. I would say I was addicted to it. My dad is in prison, so there was no one really for me to talk to about sex. So porn was my education on sex.
From personal
okay, so you have watched porn. Like, that was the question.
After watching it so much, you know, I'm sure we've all been there where you're on page 5 and, like, nothing is right. Like, you're looking for that right video, but your dopamine, like, receptors and everything is so messed up at this point that the same thing that would get you off wouldn't get you off anymore, right? I went so deep into it where I'm a straight man, I started watching trans porn because it was just erotic in a different way that I've never seen before. I needed more stimulation.
Because of
I mean, that's my brother in Christ, my brother in Allah. That's like normal, isn't it? It's hella normal. Like, not the. I mean, I understand people can get addicted to porn and shit, and like have to like constantly watch it multiple times throughout the day. Like that's unhealthy. But like exploring new avenues and finding like new like sexual preferences, that's normalized. I mean, that's not anything negative.
Pornography, yeah, because of pornography. So I don't think it's just entertainment. It actually affects with your brain and the way you perceive love.
Yeah, that is true though. That is true. A lot of people have these unrealistic expectations of sex because they watch porn.
that a lot of teenagers or teen boys are really educated on the effects of pornography?
No.
No, not at all.
Have you ever cried in front of someone else?
Oh, that God bless. Let's go.
I wholeheartedly
Golf
agree with
Kings.
the statement. I feel like it's easier to open up towards women, which is kind of embarrassing, but like, just quite frankly, I feel
This
like
makes me happy.
they
This makes me happy that they
understand
can admit this
emotions more
shit.
because they really understand the whole crying. I mean, I feel like crying is sort of normal to them, and they see of it as like a way to express themselves.
It's interesting that you said that you're more comfortable to cry in front of women. I had a girlfriend and she broke up with me over text. And before that, we were like talking and I cried in front of her and I was being honest and I thought that's what you're supposed to do. That's what my dad taught me, right? But I guess she interpreted it as being insecure and she broke up
Oh
with me.
damn,
That really messed me
I'm
up.
so sorry. That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up, King. Like don't fellas, don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to cry in front of people. Don't be afraid to cry in front of women.
Well, now I know I
Like
can't
just
show
because
any
someone
kind of
takes it
insecurity.
in a
I
negative
don't-
aspect, it is
I
not
don't like
because
crying in front
you
of
did
women.
something
I'd rather
wrong
cry
at
in
all.
front of some family that I trust, right?
That's interesting because I'd rather.
Like it is okay
find
to show your
syndrome
emotions. It
truth
is
and
okay
tell
to
them
express your
everything I'm going
emotions
through because I will never see them again in my life.
and
I feel like
talk
they
about
won't
that
be
shit
able
and
to
communicate about
I'll
that
never
shit.
see them.
I'd rather have a stranger think I'm strong and my family know all my problems, so it's interesting.
Feminism has gone too far.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh. Oof.
In the feminism movement, there's so much of tearing down men or trying to put men back in their spot. But if the women want us men to step up, then I feel like it'd be a lot more productive instead of tearing down men and telling us all what we're doing wrong, than to, on the other hand, to build us up. I guess for the sake of keeping us accountable for our actions, and as men, we also need to step up.
Giving females more opportunities to certain things, I just think that's quite unfair. And it's like you got to put in the work, you got to put in the certain things to earn these things. And it's not like women are granted less access to these jobs. I mean, I know there's
brother, you're being
doing
correct.
good things for America.
Was it? I think it's like it's either 60 or 70%, I believe. Women still today do not make as much as men in their same field or same exact job, like as far as like hourly pay in the U.S. And then most women are also just like passed up for job opportunities that they are qualified for in the workplace. Like definitely in the workplace, feminism is absolutely correct in the means that need to push for more equality.
I just find it counterintuitive that this whole feminist movement is advocating for equal rights in certain things when they already have access to them.
I'm a feminist. I guess I believe in the equality of men and women. I think that when we talk about feminism, a lot of it boils down to employment. I think that the bringing down of men, you guys keep on saying bringing down men and shaming them. I think that is way overstated. I have never been shamed for my maleness.
I think, if you look at any movement, there's definitely going to be like a radical portion of that movement. But at the same time, I want to open up the question to you guys. Do any of you guys have personal experience where you feel you've been brought down, like to bring a woman up?
A little bit like in high school. And it's not like the worst thing in the world. We have like an ASB in my sophomore year, there was like happy thoughts, right? Like every Friday you just write something and you put it in the bin. it'll just be the girls and then some, you know, more of the feminine guys complimenting each other, which is not a problem. But as they're complimenting each other, oh, look at you, you're killing it, and then they'll even like insult me. It went from being happy thought to build up Women Day. You know what I mean?
I feel like there's a wall, and we should break down that wall and focus on the human race,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
women,
Like
not men, not Mexicans, not this. We should all bring each other up.
I've been anxious about my penis size.
Everyone. Oh shit. Kai, Brendan, and Jared packing
I
fucking
started
heat.
watching
Let's go.
pornography around the age
That's
of
a-
11 or 12, and that's, you know, that's a very impressionable, vulnerable.
Yeah, this
place
is
to be in.
unfortunately
Of
where
course,
like
there's
watching
always these
pornography
things
at an
about
early
looking at your
age like
body.
comes in.
And I think the
With
competition is
unrealistic
probably what affects me the
expectations.
most part, you know, it's the thing you're like, I know good and well there's dudes bigger than me, and
Like even for me, like it wasn't until I got into like college I realized that like was like the national average in the US is something like 4 inches, 4.5, 5 inches, something like that. Hold on, I want to Google. The US average is now as of 2015, March 2015 is 5.16 inches, which like I said, I had no idea that was the average. Top of my head, your search history now nothing but penis. Oh no, I've ruined my search history. But no, for real though, like mature talk, like I had no idea until I was in college, because I mean, like I always thought like I was fucking average, like I was just like middle of the pack. And then yeah, I found out that like the national average is only like 5 inches or some shit. And I guess it was just because my brain and shit was warped from watching pornography at an early age. And I was like, man, I'm packing a hog. I'm packing heat. Come back with snacks and see this. Ayo, ayo.
she says it doesn't matter, but it still plays on my mental, my way when I go to sleep at night.
Currently, I'm not really like afraid of the size that I have because I. Am
But I
kind
mean,
of
like hell as a
confident
teen
in
though,
my
and these
body
are
and the way
these
that I
are
act.
kids. These are kids. These are absolutely kids. In early ages, like Hello was anxious about this shit because like you don't really have like people to go to. Like U.S. is more and more each year defunding health and sex ed programs in school as ways of trying to promote abstinence, when really you need to have these classes, you need to have this information out there to promote safe and protected sex rather than abstaining from everything. Because it's I mean the same way with drugs, same thing with abortions. Like if you ban this shit, if you try and ban this shit outright, people are going to do it in unsafe, unregulated manners that causes more harm and more danger. It doesn't get rid of the problem. Only having safe healthcare, safe access to these things in moderation, and healthcare to help with these kind of dependencies and mental addictions, will we actually ever solve the problem?
And I don't really feel like it's going to matter nearly as much when you're with someone for 10 years as you are for like a one-night stand. So I am not personally like that uncomfortable with my size.
Everything in your own self by knowing what people really look for. But like, it's hard to get on Netflix and watch Euphoria and think like these are like grown-ass men playing high school people, and you think like, well, that's not what I look like, and then you think
That is also true. That is also true. In most like media these days, most media in general, they want control. They don't want you doing it safely either. They don't think you should have it at all. Exactly. Like the people creating these laws are sexless old fucks. Literally can't get it up anymore. And they are succumbing to a crazy, what is it, like 30% of the population of evangelicals and extreme right-wing religious nuts in this country. But I mean, this is also a true fact too. Like, I'm so proud of these kids. I'm so proud of these kids of recognizing this shit in media in general. Like all these high school movies, all these high school shows, all the actors and actresses in these shows are fucking adults. They are like late 20s. They are adults in playing 15-year-olds, playing 14-year-olds, playing like 16-year-olds. Like they are fully formed, fully grown adults playing these roles, and it really creates a dysmorphia between these teens. Because they expect that they should be like super jacked, they should be fully grown, they should be fully developed, and look like these kids in these shows, when that is like very much so not the case.
Like every person that I have been with or will be with has probably seen this. I think that's really where that anxiety comes from. It's just the fact that other people probably have expectations.
I have questioned my sexuality.
This is interesting. Ooh, okay.
I guess growing up, I was never one of like the jocks of.
I'm
school.
honestly surprised
I
it's
was
not
into
all seven.
music, I was always into theater, and so growing up, you know, I was always bullied because of that, because I was being too gay or whatever. And
Brother, I've been there.
And
Brother, oh my God, Brandon fucking spitting. Brandon is me for real, for real. I was exactly that way in high school as well. Like I was more feminine than most guys. I wasn't really a jock, although I played like every sport. I really enjoyed theater. I did musical theater when I played all through high school, all through middle school, but I also was like starting a team in basketball. I hated football. I didn't like playing football, but I had to regardless to like be a part of athletics, even though I was good at it. Like for me, I hated practicing football. I loved playing games. I hated practicing football. I hated like 2-a-days and shit, but it wasn't really because like I didn't enjoy football. It was just because I just didn't enjoy like going out in 100-degree weather in like full pads and shit. Played every sport in high school, but on top of it did theater. And because of that, the people I went to school with like automatically like assumed I was gay or homosexual because I was involved in theater, and they didn't really have the like education. They were very, very ignorant to like how the outside world works outside of their like own little bubble.
music, I was always into theater, and so growing up, you know, I was always bullied because of that.
Was very much so bullied in high school
And I
because of
wasn't
it.
with the girls.
Yeah, hanging out with girls because I was who was in like
did
theater.
kind of buy into what everyone else was saying, the peer pressure of like saying, oh, you're gay, this is how you're going to end up turning out because this is how you are now. With where I am now in my life, I've just kind of gotten to a place where I've grown to be confident.
It gets better. It gets better after high school. It's okay. Like anyone who says high school is your like the best of your times, man, they just did not live outside of their hometown. They've never moved out of their
It
hometown.
gets you thinking like, well, like, am I or should I be? You know, it's like, should I be attracted to dudes because I like things that are quote unquote gay? You know, but then I guess it just reveals the issue that like we've made certain things gay and made certain things straight.
Spitting. Let's go.
Didn't stem from any kind of like extra like curricular activity. My stuff stemmed from porn, as I mentioned before. And when I started watching trans porn, and it's weird to say, but like I got really nervous. I got really nervous because I thought maybe I'd be gay. And so, you know, I did my research on it, and I was kind of obsessed with trying to figure out like what this could mean. And all the stuff I would look up was saying like if you watch trans porn, you're still straight because they're women and stuff like that. But
Yeah, like, oh my God, this king is spitting. Holy shit! I love the new kids. Like, God bless Zoomers. Holy shit! Some of y'all are hella based. Yes, trans women are still women. Trans men are still men. Like they are what they are. Oh my God. I love them. I love them so much. Precious little beans.
thinking like, what would my family think? I've never sought out, like every time I talk to a trans woman in real life, there's no like actual attraction there. So I'm still lost in the fact of what I actually am attracted to. But I guess
like you've got time
I
to
am
figure that
special
shit
to
out.
darn women.
You won't figure out you'll be questioning your sexuality in college, my brother, my brother or sister or themper.
Sexuality in terms of law in America, like you're free to question.
Like
whatever want.
once you get out of your
Question
hometown,
religion,
a wide
you can
world
question
is
society,
awaiting you.
it's the things that can
Holy
stand
shit.
for certain things to be
Like
what's normal.
once you get out of the bubble of like
I feel
your
like
small
there's such a strong
hometown,
stigma
you
to
interact
be
and
straight,
experience
you know, like, or
so
it's
much
not
more.
more like pushing you into it. That even right now, I feel the desire to like explain myself, even though we're anonymous right now. I feel like I've never been with I've only been with like actual like cis women, but like I know this like no one is judging me. We're all here to be honest. But it's such a stigma that from the last 18 years of my life, that in this moment right now I feel embarrassed and ashamed for something that's just the way it is.
I'm scared of dying.
Oh, fuck. All the lights. Really? Really? Holy shit, brother. Maybe it's just my mental illness. Holy shit. Maybe it's my mental illness. But holy fuck, man. I'm still to this day terrified. I remember having to go as early as like elementary school. I think it was like 4th grade. I had to go see a counselor. I had to go see a psychologist. And like, I still remember some of the questions that they asked me, like even at that early age, like of just like, am I afraid of dying? And I was just like, yeah, why wouldn't I be? Like, I am absolutely terrified of dying. Like, not existing is fucking terrifying. Holy shit. Like, even at this early age, like, I haven't accomplished anything. I haven't grown and done anything yet.
I think of it as like, I'm extremely scared of death. I mean, I watched my father die like right
Oh,
before me.
shit.
It's a scary thing. They just stop breathing. And just the idea of like nothing is just extremely terrifying to me. It's like you don't really know what's going on. Like, are you even thinking? Are you even there? You're just a blip out of just space.
It is terrifying. We don't know. And as a Christian, I want to pretend that like I know that there's heaven and hell, but at the end of the day, I genuinely don't know.
I think I always had the fear as a kid growing up that I'm gonna die and like not fulfill like what I wanted to do here on earth, right? But every time I thought about dying was as an old person. But 2 years ago when I started working as a lifeguard, this lady and her friend came to the pool, and I have the music going and everything. She just starts having a seizure, and luckily, I did everything right, and EMS showed up, and she was safe. But then 2 weeks later, she unfortunately had another seizure while driving, and she died.
Oh shit, dude.
That's when I realized life is like, it can happen to anyone at any point, and if I just die
Yeah.
and don't do anything with my life, then that's what I'm scared of.
I said that I don't fear death because unlike you guys, I don't really have an experience, so much hands-on experience with death.
Am I afraid of the fact that I will die someday? No. But I think, obviously the fact that it might come way sooner than you expect is a scary thought. But like, it's the one thing that makes life like special. You know what I mean? It's the one thing I feel like that actually gives meaning to it. Because if you would never die, then you would never do anything. Because you would always have more time to do it.
Damn.
Do you guys feel like you can actually be your genuine self when you're like talking to a girl or hanging out with a girl?
There's definitely a difference between like talking or opening up to like my friends that are girls versus like a girl that I'm interested in.
Like, obviously, if you're trying to impress a girl, you're gonna be dressed nicely. You're gonna wear some cologne. You're not gonna like fart around her, right? It's like it's a filter thing. But like when it comes to your mom, like your mom's a girl, and I wholeheartedly trust my mom. So I'm gonna be myself around the people I trust more.
I guess that's what it is. There's a lot of times I walk away with talking to a girl I'm really interested in. I'm like, man, I didn't just go up and be me. And then my best friend, right? He used to be my best friend. He's kind of a womanizer, but I see him get so much like, success. And every time I've gotten success is doing things that he's done, which is just putting on a facade, telling them what they want to hear.
I think it's good to be yourself because, I mean, you can only put a mask on.
That shit only works for so long. It only works for so long. Women 100% are attracted to confidence, of course, like being confident in yourself, being confident in like the person you are in your self-image and things like that. But they'll sniff out the bullshit. They'll sniff out the bullshit eventually. You don't try and compare yourself to someone else, and don't try and view love or relationships as a like competition.
And he's kind of a womanizer, but I see him get so much like.
Like it is not. It doesn't deem what is necessarily successful.
Just facade, telling them what they want to hear.
I think it's good to be yourself because
It's very good to be yourself. You will find someone. You will find someone who accepts you for you.
I'm not the only one who feels a certain way about things.
Just be confident in yourself, King. Be confident in yourself,
It's nice
little
and
kings.
It's a step in the right direction for me in becoming more comfortable with being open and honest with everybody.
I think just the whole open conversation, like this won't bite me in the end later, or like someone's not gonna listen to this and think, oh, that guy's bad. I have more safety of expressing my honest opinions, and whether those be good opinions or bad opinions, it's a better way to express one's true self without trying to be influenced by what high school is and all the people influencing you in high school, because frankly, high school is just popular culture, what people think is popular.
Thank you so much.
This is actually really good. I'm absolutely super impressed. Holy shit. Like these kids are way more insightful than my little dumbass was in high school. Again, this is Teen Boys anonymously answer 7 burning questions. Like, this is honestly a really good video.